Did you know that certain everyday foods can accelerate health decline after 50? As we age, our bodies become more vulnerable to chronic inflammation, metabolic slowdown, and cardiovascular strain. The wrong foods can exacerbate these issues, causing fatigue, weight gain, and increased disease risk. Today, we'll explore the top 5 foods to avoid after 50 to protect your vitality. After age 50, physiological changes such as reduced lean muscle mass, a slower basal metabolic rate, and heightened oxidative stress significantly compromise nutrient utilization. Excessive intake of processed foods high in saturated fats, sodium, and refined sugar exacerbate insulin resistance and inflammation. Understanding this mechanism clarifies why specific foods pose greater risk for individuals over 50. Regular consumption of processed red meats such as bacon, sausage, fillet slices raises LDL cholesterol, lower HDL levels, promote visceral fat accumulation, and increases metabolic syndrome and cardiovascular risk in those over 50. High levels of nitrate, sodium, and saturated fats promote endothelial dysfunction and oxidative stress, increasing arterial stiffness and hypertension risk. Recommendations: limit processed red meat, a maximum of 50 grams per week. Replace with the lean poultry, fatty fish, or plant proteins like lentil, chickpeas, and tofu on alternate days to maintain adequate protein intake, and choose nitrate-free options, baked or grilled, rather than fried. Drinks such as sodas, fruit juice, and energy beverages loaded with added sugars can spike blood glucose and insulin levels, exacerbating age-related insulin resistance, promoting non-alcoholic fatty liver disposition, and accelerating weight gain in individuals over 50. Rapid sugar absorption triggers hypoglycemia, promotes advanced glycation end products, increases inflammation markers, and the glycemic variability drives oxidative stress in older adults. Recommendation: limit added sugars beverages to no more than 1 small glass, 150 ml per day within meals. Favor water infused with a fresh citrus or unsweetened herbal teas, and avoid consumption within 2 hours of a bedtime to minimize glucose fluctuations. Many canned soups and ready-made broths contain excessive sodium levels that can exacerbate hypertension, fluid retention, promote endothelial dysfunction, and increase stroke risk in individuals over 50. High dietary sodium disrupts fluid balance, elevates blood pressure via renin-angiotensin activation, and exacerbates vascular damage, particularly in salt-sensitive older adults. Recommendation: choose a low-sodium or sodium-free canned soups with under 400 mg per serving. Read nutritional labels carefully and boost flavor with the fresh herbs, spices, or squeeze of a lemon, or homemade broths using vegetables and lean proteins. Consider adding a splash of vinegar or citrus juice to enhance taste without extra sodium. Foods like commercial fried snacks, pastries, and fast foods items contain industrial trans fats that rise LDL cholesterol, lower HDL levels, promotes visceral fat accumulation, and increase metabolic syndrome and the cardiovascular risk in those over 50. Trans fats promote systemic inflammation, endothelial damage, dyslipidemia, and insulin resistance, significantly increasing cardiovascular mortality in older older adults. Recommendation: avoid foods listing partially hydrogenated oils. Prepare home-cooked meals using olive or avocado oil, egg or an air fry for crispiness. Use the oils as a moderate temperature under smoking point and discard any oil that begins to smoke. Foods like white bread, pastries, and many breakfast cereals are high in refined carbohydrates that rapidly digest, causing blood sugar spikes, poor satiety, weight gain, and potential cognitive declines associated with insulin resistance in adults over 50. Postprandial hyperglycemia and elevated insulin levels contribute to fat storage, appetite dysregulation, lipidemia, and increased diabetic risk. Recommendations: swap refined grains for whole grains such as oats, quinoa, and barley. Aim for at least 3 servings per day. Read ingredient labels to avoid added sugars. Pair grains with proteins or healthy fats to slow digestion, including 1 serving at breakfast, lunch, and dinner to maintain a stable blood sugar. Understanding the underlying physiological changes and risk factors that amplify dietary stressors after age 50 provides context for targeted food avoidance and healthy aging. These risk factors not only affect nutrients processing but also influence inflammation, hormonal balance, and metabolic resilience, explaining why certain foods become more harmful with the advanced age. Decreased basal metabolic rate. Every decade after age 50, basal metabolic rate declines by 2-3% due to reduced lean muscle mass, thyroid dysfunction, and a decreased mitochondrial efficiency, lowering daily energy expenditure and making weight management more challenging. As we age, avoiding processed red meats, sugary beverages, high-sodium canned soups, trans fats-laden fried foods, and refined carbohydrates can significantly reduce inflammation, support metabolic health, and protect cardiovascular function. By understanding these risks and applying practical dietary and lifestyle strategy, we can enhance vitality and longevity after 50. If you found this video helpful, like it and subscribe and share your experience in the comments. Always consult a healthcare professional before making major dietary changes.